Las Vegas is doing something it's never done before, and casino players, well, they're starting to notice. The payouts feel smaller, the wins further apart, and some are asking, is this even the same game anymore? Because lately, new machines are showing up that look familiar but don't play like they used to. Roulette's shifting, blackjack's changing, and slot odds, whew, don't even get us started. But that's just the beginning. Hotel prices are spiking again. Massive events are about to hit, and behind the scenes, well, Vegas is quietly rewriting the rules for everything from how you play to how you stay. So in this month's update, we're pulling back the curtain. What's real, what's new, and what to watch out for in Las Vegas this November 2025. But first, if you love Vegas, hit that like button now and subscribe. Every sub helps us smash our goal of 300,000 subscribers this year. And let us know in the comments, what's the worst rule change you've noticed lately? All right, now let's get into the games. So let's start with the one that had us doing a double take. You know, a new roulette wheel recently popped up on the strip, and this one has not one, not two, not three, but 4 zeros on it. It's called Bonus Wheel Roulette. And yes, it looks like a normal roulette table with just a little flair. But if you've ever played traditional American roulette with double zeros, this version quietly doubles the house edge. So that means every time you place a bet on the numbers, the casino now has roughly a 10% advantage. So that's up from 5.26% on a standard double zero wheel. And it's not a mistake. This game was built that way. And according to Vegas Advantage, it was recently added to the floor at Planet Hollywood. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So back in August, a quad zero table briefly appeared at Palazzo, but after some pushback, it was quietly removed. Then in September, Wynn and Encore went the opposite direction and removed their triple zero wheels altogether, bringing back better rules and player-friendly perks. All right, if roulette's 4 zeros didn't get you, well, this will, because the biggest game Vegas is quietly winning is in the slots. And this is the silent killer of your bankroll. And we have the official undeniable data to prove it. So Nevada doesn't require casinos to publicly post the payback percentage on their machines. But if you look at the research from the UNLV Center for Gaming Research, a long-term trend confirms what every frustrated player feels. Slot machines are getting measurably tighter. Statewide, the slot hold percentage, the amount of every dollar the house keeps, has seen a reported 26% rise over the last 2 decades. Whew, but the biggest offense is in downtown Las Vegas, where the slot hold has increased by a staggering 39% since 2004. Yup, this is a long-term scam that's bleeding players dry. It means players get less time on the device for the same amount of money, accelerating your losses over time, especially downtown. So get used to it, because this is the new normal. Every shiny new slot is designed to capitalize on that lack of transparency. But there's some unexpected good news, although it may just be a small, short-term exception to that 20-year trend. Now, if those tighter slots are slowly bleeding your bankroll, then the most popular table game in the world, blackjack, well, it has a rule change that is surgically designed to accelerate your losses. It's the simplest change in Vegas, and yet it might be the most devastating: the widespread adoption of the 6-to-5 payout. I mean, blackjack is a game of fine margins. When you get a natural blackjack, that ace and a 10 value card, the traditional payout, well, the fair payout is 3-2. That means if you bet $10, the casino pays you $15 profit. But now, walk the Las Vegas Strip, and you'll find that nearly every low limit table, anything under $25 minimum, has been changed to pay 6-to-5 on a blackjack. That means your $10 bet now only wins you $12 profit. I mean, it sounds like a small $3 difference, but here's what's really happening. So the change from 3-2 payouts to a 6-to-5 payout on a typical 6-deck game instantly increases the casino's house edge from around 0.5% to over 1.5%. In plain language, well, the casino is quietly making 3 times as much money from your perfectly played game. The only reason this rule exists is to shift the odds so dramatically in the house's favor that even a perfect basic strategy player cannot overcome the house edge. Now, if you think table games are getting tougher, well, here's the nightmare scenario waiting for high-stake bettors: the sportsbook void. So you hit that massive long shot ticket, a parlay that finally pays off, a live line that was too good to be true, only to have the sportsbook refuse to pay even after the game is over. This is where the sportsbook protects itself using the manifest error or obvious error clause found in the rules of every Vegas sportsbook. And frankly, this rule makes sense to us because it prevents players from exploiting clear mistakes and taking money that was never truly on the table. So what is an obvious error? Well, it's a mistake the sportsbook made, not you. a typo that flips the favorite and the underdog, or a system glitch that leaves a line open after the outcome is known. The stark reality, confirmed by recent Nevada Gaming Control Board ruling, is this. The house rule allows the casino to void your winning bet and return only your stake. If the odds you bet are judged to be materially inconsistent with the general market, for example, if you bet a team at plus 20,000 when they should have been plus 400, the regulator can and will side with the casino, claiming a clear system error. And that's not all. So while the games and rules behind the casino floor may be quietly shifting, the broader Las Vegas landscape is seeing even more dramatic movement. And here are the latest headlines you need to know. All right, let's kick it off with a stat that kind of settles the whole Vegas is getting too expensive debate. So Hotel Planner recently dropped a survey that crowned Las Vegas as the #1 travel destination for Thanksgiving weekend, beating out even New York. But here's the kicker. So room rates are reportedly up 23% over last year. So the average price of a hotel during that 4-day weekend, around $220 a night. So yeah, Vegas is winning, but it's charging a holiday premium for that title. And it's not just tourists feeling the pinch. So a recent poll of Nevada residents found that 46% think Las Vegas is too expensive to visit, even for them. You guys, when the locals stop buying what Las Vegas is selling, that's not just a vibe shift. That's a warning sign. I mean, one casino exec said it best. The luxury market is booming, but the value market, it's being left in the dust. Okay, but get this. The prices for actually living here are finally starting to listen to gravity. So the Vegas housing market is going through a proper reset. Now, we saw the median price for a single family home drop from $470,000 in September. Now, that's not a crash, but it's a solid $15,000 less than the record high we hit earlier this year. So even condos and townhouses are following suit. But why? Because there are now over 7,500 homes on the market, which is a massive 37% jump in inventory. I mean, sellers are finally realizing that they can't just name a price and expect a bidding war. So the Redfin report says the Vegas Valley is now leading the nation trend into a definitive buyer's market. And we have nearly 97% more sellers than buyers right now. And the S&P Case-Shiller Index backs that up, saying buyers are frozen in place. So this means the Vegas housing market is in a much slower gear, and patience is officially a buyer's best friend. And speaking of cost relief, well, the Fontainebleau is doing something that should make every local and smart visitor cheer. They brought back free self-parking. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you're a Nevada resident or a Fontainebleau reward member, which, let's be honest, you can sign up to for in 5 minutes, your parking is totally free through the end of the year, no matter your reward tier. I mean, come on. In a town where paying $25 just to park your car is the norm, this is a major move. I mean, it's a direct response to the high price complaints, and it tells me this new Northern Strip player is playing to win the local loyalty game. Use it before they figure out how much money they'll leave it on the table. If you feel Vegas is too expensive, fight back. Grab our free list of the 50 best local favorite value restaurants in 2025. You can get it instantly by subscribing to our free newsletter. The link is below. All right, now let's get into some good news for locals. Vegas isn't all high roller rooftop bars and $25 resort fees. For those of us who actually live here or just love a good local spot, there's solid news. So Station Casinos just filed plans to expand the brand new Durango restaurant by another 152,000 square feet. And it's not just slot machines. We're talking a movie theater, bowling alley, outdoor patios, the full locals standard, like Red Rock or Green Valley Ranch. So construction is expected to start in 2028, which might sound far off, but it shows Vegas isn't forgetting about the off-strip crowd. And honestly, we'll take it. Okay. Let's now shift to the Sphere, because the news is flying as fast as the images on that exosphere. First up, No Doubt is officially bringing their iconic sound to the Sphere. Now, it was originally announced as 6 shows, but they doubled it to a 12-show limited residency almost instantly because of the high, insane demand. Now, it all kicks off in May 2026, marking their first tour in over 14 years. Gwen Stefani and that amazing venue, sign me up. And since we're talking the Sphere, well, the Eagles just announced their 8th extension. So they added 4 more shows in February, bringing their total to an unbelievable 52 appearances. That officially makes them the longest running act at the Sphere by a mile. Love them or hate them, the demand for classic rock in a futuristic venue is undeniable. But get ready to shell out at least $175 to see the legends live in the giant Great Big Ball. Girls, they wanna have fun We are also thrilled to hear that Cyndi Lauper is coming to town. Now, she just wrapped her farewell tour, but she's decided to stick around for a special residency called Cyndi Lauper, live in Las Vegas at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace in April and May of 2026. Ooh, that was pretty good. So if you missed the farewell, well, this is your encore. And the classics just keep coming. So the legendary big band rocker Chicago, well, they're coming back to the Venetian Theater in February for a 9-show run. Ooh, this is their 9th year in a row at that theater, which makes it the longest residency at the Venetian. All right, fun fact for the history nerds. So Chicago is the first American rock band ever to rack up top 40 albums in 6 consecutive decades. Wow. I mean, these 70 and 80-year-old rock and roll legends are showing no sign of slowing down. And finally, the man with the voice, Sir Rod Stewart, well, he's giving us more encore shows at the Coliseum at Caesars next spring. I mean, that 80-year-old icon who has logged over 200 performances since 2011, well, he's doing 6 new shows in May and June. So if you love that timeless rock and pop, you now have 3 big names, classic residencies to choose from to make your Vegas trip truly old school cool, baby. All right, let's shift gears to the real Vegas drama. So that A's baseball stadium, yep, that one. Well, it's not moving quite as fast as the Sphere. Now, while the stadium construction is now finally underway at the former Tropicana site, well, the plan for the accompanying hotel casino from Bally's, it's been quiet for a year. Now, major local analysts are openly questioning if that $380 million in public funding is truly locked in with all these moving parts. I mean, the official opening is still pegged for the 2028 season, but with the entire Tropicana site needing a full, massive demolition and the pace of the surrounding development, let's just say the A's stadium drama still on. So keep watching this space, folks, because the Strip doesn't like an empty lot. All right, I have a massive 9-figure update on that highly anticipated high-speed rail project connecting Vegas to Southern California. So the price tag has officially skyrocketed, y'all. So the cost to build the Brightline West train is now an estimated $21.5 billion. Yes, you heard me. So that's almost double the original $12.5 billion projection. Now, it's blaming costs on labor and materials and technology rising, but Brightline is desperately asking the federal government for a $6 billion loan to cover the nearly $10 billion shortfall. So if you thought Vegas had enough high-end dining, you were wrong. The Venetian just dropped Cote Vegas, and this place is pure luxury. So it's a Michelin star Korean steakhouse, the only one in the US, and it's a massive $35 million, 17,000 square foot multi-story venue. So the CEO called it part experience, part Michelin starred meal, part party. I mean, we're talking smokeless tabletop Wagyu grills, a dramatic lit center bar, and private skyboxes with karaoke machines, okay? And if you want to splurge, well, their signature butcher's feast is $88.88 per person. So the Strip is telling us loud and clear, if you're coming to spend, they are ready to feed you like royalty. Now, if you're downtown looking for some fun, well, you got to check out the Mom Museum's new outdoor patio and event space, Starlight Plaza. Now, this 7,700 square foot outdoor lounge has massive murals celebrating everything that makes Vegas Vegas, like Glitter Gulch, the Rat Pack, Liberace, and even Tom Jones. Now, it's open Thursday through Sunday. And here's the best part. They've got a happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with $5 beers and wine. I mean, it's a fun, affordable slice of retro Vegas history you can actually drink in. So go check it out. Now for a moment of pure, glorious celebration. So the Las Vegas Aces have done it again. They absolutely dominated their way to their 3rd WNBA World Championship in 4 years, capping a completely wild season. Miss Wilson not only earned her 2nd Finals MVP, but she's the first player in league history to win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and Final MVP in the same season. I mean, that's a clean sweep for every major individual award. She's officially the greatest to ever do it. The dynasty is real, the trophy case is full, and the energy is here, y'all. Vegas, we are the championship town. Go Aces. All right, that's it for this month's update. Don't forget to like and subscribe and grab that free restaurant list below. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time under the neon.